Hello, welcome to a journey where small steps lead to giant leaps. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of habits with Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book isn't just about habits, it's about transforming your life one tiny step at a time. Ever wondered how some people make it all look so easy? They're probably secret agents. Or maybe they've mastered the art of tiny changes. Or maybe, just maybe, they've cracked the code of habits. Imagine having a secret formula that makes everything you do more effective. This book is all about those tiny, seemingly insignificant actions we repeat every day. These small actions might seem trivial, but they hold the power to shape our destiny. Think brushing your teeth or that second biscuit you sneak when nobody's watching. These are the building blocks of our daily lives. The thing is, these little things add up. Over time, they accumulate and create significant changes, like compound interest. But for your life, imagine your habits as seeds. With time and care, they grow into something magnificent. Clear argues that by making small improvements consistently, we unlock massive long-term results. It's about the power of 1% better every day. He uses the brilliant analogy of a plane taking off. Imagine a pilot making tiny adjustments to the flight path. A 1-degree course correction barely noticeable at first can mean the difference between landing in Paris or plummeting into the English Channel. Such a small change, yet such a huge impact. The same principle applies to our habits. Small, consistent changes can lead to remarkable transformations over time. A tiny change today might not seem like much, but over time it can lead to extraordinary outcomes. Imagine the possibilities if you start today. So, buckle up, buttercups, because we're about to embark on a journey of atomic proportions. Get ready to transform your life, one tiny habit at a time. Right then, let's talk goals. We all have them, don't we? Whether it's writing a best-selling novel, learning to play the ukulele like a Hawaiian Jimi Hendrix, or running a marathon, goals are a part of our lives. But here's the thing about goals. They're fickle beasts. They're focused on the finish line, not the race itself. You see, goals are great for setting a direction, but they don't help you make progress. Imagine wanting to write a best-selling novel. The goal is the finished book. But what about the daily grind of writing? Or think about learning to play the ukulele. The goal is to play like a pro. But what about the hours of practice? This is where systems come into play. Systems are the processes you follow to achieve your goals. They're the daily habits, the routines, the small steps you take every day. Instead of fixating on the finish line, focus on the race itself. Build a system that makes progress inevitable. Clear reckons we're better off focusing on systems. But what exactly is a system, you ask? Well, imagine wanting to bake a cake, a delicious Victoria sponge perhaps. The goal is the cake itself, but the system is the recipe, the ingredients, the oven temperature, all that jazz. The system is what you do every day to get closer to your goal. It's the process, the routine, the method. Instead of fixating on writing that bestseller, build a system of writing every day, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Instead of dreaming of ukulele stardom, establish a practice routine. Systems are the invisible engines that drive lasting change. They're the tortoise to the goal's hare. Slow and steady wins the race, old boy. So focus on your systems, and the goals will take care of themselves. Remember, it's the daily habits, the small steps, the consistent actions that lead to big results. So next time you set a goal, think about the system that will get you there. Focus on the process and the results will follow. Slow and steady wins the race, old boy. Keep at it and you'll get there. Now, let's get down to brass tacks. We're diving into the nitty-gritty of habit formation. James Clear gives us 4 laws of behavior change, a sort of recipe for building good habits and ditching the baddies. These laws are simple yet powerful, and they can transform your life if you apply them consistently. The first law is, make it obvious. This means you need to make the cues for your good habits as clear and visible as possible. We humans are creatures of habit. We often go on autopilot, not really thinking about our actions. Our brains love efficiency, so we tend to repeat behaviors that are easy and familiar. To break free from this, we need to make our desired habits stand out like a sore thumb, or perhaps a bright red teapot in a china shop. The more obvious the cue, the more likely you are to notice it and act on it. One way to do this is through implementation intentions. This is a strategy where you plan out in advance when and where you will perform a specific behavior. It's a fancy way of saying, I will behavior at time, in location. By being specific about your intentions, you create a clear plan of action. For example, I will do 10 push-ups behavior every morning after I brush my teeth, time and location. C, easy peasy. This specificity helps you to remember and follow through. Another trick is habit stacking. This involves linking a new habit to an existing one, creating a chain of behaviors that flow naturally. This involves linking a new habit to an existing one. For instance, you can tie your new habit to something you already do without thinking. For instance, after I make my morning cuppa, I will meditate for 5 minutes. This way, the new habit becomes part of your routine. By attaching the new habit to something you already do regularly, you're more likely to stick with it. This method leverages the power of your existing routines to create new, positive behaviors. Right then, on to law number 2, make it attractive. We're more likely to repeat behaviors we enjoy. It's just common sense, isn't it? So how do we make our habits as irresistible as a plate of freshly baked scones? One way is to join a tribe where your desired behavior is the norm. If you want to get fit, surround yourself with sporty types. Want to learn a new language? Find yourself some chatty polyglots. When you see others benefiting from a habit, it becomes more appealing. Another technique is to reframe your habits to focus on the benefits, not the sacrifices. Instead of I have to go for a run, think I get to clear my head and enjoy some fresh air. See the difference? It's all about perspective, old bean. Now for law number 3, make it easy. We humans are, how shall we say, a tad lazy. We gravitate towards the path of least resistance like moths to a flickering light bulb. So to build good habits, we need to make them as frictionless as a freshly polished bowling ball. One way to do this is through the 2-minute rule. The idea is to break down new habits into tiny, manageable chunks. Instead of trying to run a marathon on your first go, start with a 5-minute jog. The key is to make it so easy you can't say no. Another trick is to optimize your environment. Want to eat healthier? Hide the biscuits and stock up on fruit. Want to read more? Leave a book on your bedside table, tempting you like a forbidden fruit. Remember, out of sight, out of mind. Finally, we arrive at the 4th and final law, make it satisfying. We're more likely to repeat behaviors that bring us joy, or at least a sense of accomplishment. It's the old carrot and stick routine, but with fewer vegetables and more pats on the back. One way to make habits satisfying is to track your progress. Use a habit tracker, a journal, or even sticky notes on the fridge. Seeing how far you've come can be incredibly motivating. Another trick is to reward yourself. Now, I'm not suggesting a 3-course meal every time you remember to floss, but a little something to celebrate your wins can go a long way. Remember, even small victories deserve a pat on the back. Well, there you have it, my friends, the essential ingredients of atomic habits. By focusing on systems, not goals, and applying the 4 laws of behavior change, we can transform our lives one tiny habit at a time. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. Even small changes, when compounded over time, can have a monumental impact. So go forth and conquer your habits. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be writing your own self-improvement bestseller. Thanks for watching. If you're interested, you can get the original amazing Atomic Habits book in the link of the Jahana store in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to our AMV channel and share this video with friends and family. See you in the next video.